She's a member of the Austin-based Toastmasters group Laughing Matters, who focus on the funny. Donna also dabbles in stand-up comedy. To date, she's also won 5 Best Humor Awards for her speeches and stand-up routines. Donna and Maverick, her husband of 21 years, live in a barn dominium on 45 acres in Page, Texas, with their 3 critters, 3 dogs and 3 cats. They have created a retirement home for their 20 goats after realizing, although they consider them family, others consider them supper. The title of her presentation, All I Know About Customer Service I Learned in Dog Training. Please help me welcome Donna Fuller.
I'm going to ask you a few questions before we get the show on the road. First of all, can everybody hear me okay? All right, sometimes when I talk, I get nervous, I talk really fast, and then I sound like a dog whistle. So, kind of hard. How many of you treat your pets like they're your kids? How many of you had pets instead of kids?
How many of us wish we had?
How many of you wish you had pets instead of kids? Yeah. They don't talk back, and I don't have to put them through college.
Amen.
Mine talks back. Oh, well, no. Let's see. How many of you have ever served a customer? How many of you have ever been a customer? If you answered yes to any of those questions, I'm going to speak your language. One last question. How many of you could use an extra $250,000 in your pocket? Well, I believe that great customer service is the foundation for creating happy customers, referrals, and repeat business, which is a direct correlation to the bottom line. The ultimate reward, increased sales. Now, I know. You listen to what I have to say today, and you can pocket an extra $250,000. I know because it worked for me. My name is Donna Fuller, and I am a critter and customer care connoisseur, and it is my passion to help pets and people thrive. Now, my resume is filled with a lot of experience and things I really didn't like doing. So I took the time to figure out what really made my heart sing. And I realized that my greatest passions are critters and being of service to others. And I stayed true to those passions. And I worked my tail off to become a very savvy pet nutritionist, dog trainer, and doggy drug rep. And those passions, they turned into profits. Now, when I talk about the word thrive, I'm talking about a state of well-being. A thriving pet is well-trained. They feel safe and secure. And instead of living with a crazy puppy for 2 to 3 years, the pet quickly becomes a trusted family member. A thriving person is successful as they grow, flourish, and prosper. A customer feels safe and secure doing business with a sales rep when they're satisfied with excellent products and excellent service. Both two-legged and four-legged thrive, and everybody is happy, happy, happy. Today I'm going to show you there are 3 essential steps to the dog training process. And there are 3 essential steps to providing great customer service. And they're the same 3 steps, which help me to discover that all I know about customer service, I learned in dog training. So I'm going to teach you old dogs some new tricks. And before you know it, you'll have yourself a whole pack of new customers. Step 1, we create an association. In dog training, this is a clicker. The sound is distinct and recognizable. We teach the dog to associate the sound of clicker to mean a reward will follow. And this is called loading the clicker. Humor me while I conduct a little scientific experiment. You click, and you treat.
Is that how wives train husbands?
You're already clicker trained. See, you can teach an old dog new tricks. Now, our dogs, they love their treats, but an untrained puppy will eat anything they can get their paws on. A vet tech friend of mine said that a customer brought in a very large puppy who had a very large tummy ache. So the vet ordered some x-rays. Held the x-rays up to the light. Is that Darth Vader? their paws on, untrained. So loading the clicker means we teach the dog to associate the sound of the clicker to mean a reward will follow. We are creating an association. Now, as a sales rep in the world of customer service, my job, my goal is to create an association with my customers. So I've created a brand that, like the sound of the clicker, is distinct and recognizable. I've become the clicker. See, I was raised on a farm and I live in a barn, but I ain't no dummy. When I bought my boots and my blingy belt, I had a strategy. I'm in a competitive field. I have to stand out. And I knew they might not remember my name, but they're gonna remember the belt. Distinct and recognizable. The gatekeeper. You know, they're kind of like the guard dog of the association. Usually their first point of contact. They are trained to sniff out predators, and they allow access to the decision makers behind the chain link fence. It's a very powerful position. But you ask them what they do, and they'll be the first to tell you, I'm just the receptionist. So I show them some respect, and I show genuine interest in their lives and in their pets. You ask them about their pets, and they will whip out that cell phone like a gunslinger. So weird. Love it. Don't act like you people don't do it. Bottom line is, I want that gatekeeper to associate me with someone who showed them some respect, who showed them some interest, over someone who blew right past them and treated them like they were just the receptionist. Now, after I visit with the gatekeeper, then I establish my own credibility. I say, let me tell you a funny story about when I was selling dog food. I got my display table set up, I got my bags lined up, and I'm talking to customers. And I've got my bowl here, and I'm saying, this is what the food looks like. This pet parent comes up to the table, and he says, what's that for? I said, oh, this is my sample bowl. It's for taste testing purposes. So he did. He tipped that thing back like he was drinking the sugar milk out of a cereal bowl. Well, he back gave his 80-year-old mother a heart attack. And he put it down and he said, what? It's good enough for me. It's good enough for my dog. He picked up the biggest bag and he walked to the checkout. Well, stories like that should tell you a couple of things. One, pets are my passion. And two, if I'm selling pet food, I kind of know what I'm talking about. So I'm reputable. And always remember, the funny stuff always builds the bond. Now, after I finished, when I've been a gatekeeper, more than a few times, you didn't get past us unless you had food. So I bring treats. Fresh strawberries, homemade banana pudding, and very healthy chocolate brownies. They're healthy, I make them with brown eggs. And last, I keep my attitude and energy positive, upbeat, and respectful. Now, some days that's a little tougher than others. A couple of months ago, my cat Spaz died. He was 15, so it was a bit expected, but it never makes it any easier. And I know it's not about me, but he died on a Monday of the beginning of a crazy week. And all I wanted to do was crawl into the fetal position and cry. But instead, I strapped on my boots, my belt, and my smile, and I went to work. Now, at the end of the day, I got in my truck, and I was like, whoa, complete basket case. But my customers never suspected a thing, because I kept my attitude and my energy positive, upbeat, and respectful. This is the brand that I've created, that like the sound of the clicker, is distinct and recognizable. Step 2, we prompt and reward a desired behavior with positive reinforcement. So in dog training, we offer the dog positive reinforcement, something the dog wants to increase a desired behavior. Now this is the sequence of training. You give the command. You mark the correct behavior with one click, and immediately follow up with a reward, petting, praise, or the treat. One click, one meaning, and the dog is clear about the correct behavior. But this is how I used to train my dogs. No, get down, dang it, dog! Anybody else use those same training methods? gentleman named Hector. So I'm teaching class. I said, all right, this is the hand signal for down. You want to keep your command words simple, one syllable, and you want to pick a word that you don't say all the time because you don't want to confuse the dog. So down, or lay, or chill. Okay? The minute that dog's body hits the floor, you click and you treat. So I went around the room to each student and I was checking their sequence and I'm checking their timing, and I get around to my laid-back friend Hector. I said, all right, Hector, show me what you got. He said, watch this, Miss Donna. Drive by! Oh! Click and treat. So, step 2 is you prompt and reward a desired behavior with positive reinforcement. Now, in the world of customer service, instead of a command, there's a pitch. So this is my pitch about portion sizes when I was selling pet food. You want to measure your pet's food with one of these, a household measuring cup. You never, ever, ever want to use one of these. And you need to be very careful when you're using one of these. This unmarked scoop, purposely unmarked scoop, holds 3 cups of food. For my 30-pound dog, that is 3 days worth of food. It's very, very deceiving. And I don't even want to know how much you can fit in this thing. Crazy. See, I have maintained a 55-pound weight loss for 6 years. I weigh and measure all my food. But it wasn't until I started weighing and measuring that I realized my portion sizes were 4 to 5 times greater than they were supposed to be. Well, so was my butt. There's a direct correlation. You see, eyeballing portions leads to overfeeding, which leads to weight gain and will cost you money. My customers got the point. You feed high quality food and you feed the right amount. And the minute they bought that bag, I said, good girl! And I gave them a free sample. I rewarded the desired behavior, and they became loyal, satisfied customers, which is a direct correlation to that bottom line, the ultimate reward, increased sales. So, step 2, we prompt and reward the desired behavior with positive reinforcement. Step 3, we stay consistent, because pets and people thrive on consistency. It provides order and clarity, and it builds trust, and everybody feels secure. So let's talk about consistency found in dog training. Now, you don't have to carry around a clicker for the rest of your life to get your dog to behave. Clickers are used during training until we know the dog is clear about that correct behavior. And then we fade the clicker. But you want the dog to continue to obey the commands, so this is what we do. You say the command word once to get the result, and immediately follow up with a reward, petting, praise, or the treat. We reinforce the desired behavior, and the dog is clear about what that desired behavior is. But this is how I used to train my dogs. Sit! Sit! I said sit! 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 And my dog looked at me and went, and I said, good girl, here's your treat. Well, no wonder they never listened. You don't tell them 500 times to do something and then, okay, close enough. All you're doing is reinforcing the negative behavior. You see, dogs are like kids and they intuitively know how to wear you down to get what they want. And if I'm the one sending the mixed signals, you don't shoot the dog. Instead, we stay consistent. It provides order, clarity, it builds trust, and the dog feels secure. Step 3, we stay consistent with our customers. I'm trying to build trust with those people, and I want them to feel secure doing business with me. So I suit up and I show up on a regular basis. I take ownership in their practice needs, and I bend over backwards trying to solve their problems. I provide valuable information, I'm an advocate for quality products, and I'll give you honest product feedback from all my test dummies at home. And then I follow up with rewards. Handwritten thank you cards. Homemade nanner pudding. And I follow up with rewards because you know what they say. The fortune's in the follow-up. And I'll have you know, my nanner pudding is like crack cocaine. With a very sweet return on investment. You see, as a drug rep, I increase sales by 300% in 1 year. Selling pet food, 170% in 1 year. I have sold 300 pounds of dog food in less than 4 hours. And as a dog trainer, I give them a little pitch, and my conversion rate was like 90%. I'm telling you, the proof is in the pudding. This stuff works. And looky here. My customers, they send me handwritten thank you notes. This stuff works if we stay consistent, because it provides order and clarity, it builds trust, and it makes everyone feel secure. Today I have shown you there are 3 essential steps to the dog training process. And there are 3 essential steps to having great customer service. And they're the same 3 steps. It is my passion to help pets and people thrive. So I encourage you, create that association that is distinct and recognizable. Reward your customers with positive reinforcement. And stay consistent, because those pets and people thrive on consistency. These 3 principles are the foundation for creating customer service partnerships built on integrity and excellence. You know, Roger Staubach said, there are no traffic jams in that extra mile. Go the extra mile. Build their trust. Make your customers feel secure doing business with you, and you will secure their business. I appreciate you all letting me be of service to you today.